Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Daily Drive. My name is Bro, and we started walking through a book in the New Testament of the Bible called the Gospel of John to kick off 2024. And I told you before that I was challenged about, 40 years ago to write a life mission statement. And I thought through it. I prayed about it. I was ready to really spend some time wordsmithing it and creating this mission statement until this simple one just flowed out of my heart and into the journal I was writing in. And I wrote down, I just want to look, love, and live like Jesus. Now, I certainly have a long way to go with that mission statement, but I reasoned that if that was my goal, then I ought to be looking at Jesus' life. So I thought that personally, and here on the podcast, we would just together try to get to know Jesus better. And the Gospel of John is such a great place to do that. We're at the end of chapter 3 today, and we are introduced to another guy named John. Now, this John was a cousin of Jesus that was identified as a baptizer. So he was known to most as John the Baptist. We did an entire week this past fall on him. So if you want to go back and catch that, it might be helpful. But let me just ask you this. Are you a competitive person? My wife is the least competitive person I've ever met in my life. She could care less if she wins at anything, but she wins everything. We're all playing cards, and she's not paying attention. It comes her turn. She goes, what are we doing? She goes, I think I got that, which just frustrates all the competitive people in our family, and we have some ultra-competitive people in our crew. Now, I'm somewhere in the middle. I used to be more competitive than I am now, but age will take the edge off of that. Whenever I'm in a pickup game, I have no idea now what the score is. I just go till they say we're done. Survival is my goal these days. I quit keeping score on the golf course. I just put a smiley face or a frowny face for each hole on my scorecard, and bogeys get a smiley face. Now, don't get me wrong. Competition is not a bad thing, and I used to go at it pretty hard. I really did care who won or lost, and I wanted to win. But it sure can take an ugly turn, can it? And I'm not proud of this, but secretly in my heart, when the coach would take me out, which was often, by the way, and put somebody else in my place, I would sit on the bench secretly hoping for that player to fail so that the coach would see the light and put the obviously better player back in. You see, when your competitive spirit is all wrapped up in your ego, when it's win at all cost, when you're always comparing, when envy grips your heart, when you're trying to one-up other people, wishing for their downfall so that you will look better, when you see others as a threat, it's a dangerous heart condition. Well, in this passage, some people are trying to stir all that up. A little competitive jealousy between John the Baptist and Jesus. And the enemy would have loved nothing more. But John's not fallen into the comparison trap. So I just want to read this passage to you today and let it kind of stand on its own. And just let God speak to your heart wherever you're at in all this. And I trust that whatever you personally need to hear today, the Holy Spirit's going to highlight it. He's going to circle it. He's going to mark it with bold print as he has done for me. Verse 22, let's start there. Then Jesus and his disciples left Jerusalem and went into the Judean countryside. Jesus spent some time with them there baptizing people. At this time, John the Baptist was baptizing near Salim because there was plenty of water there, and people kept coming to him for baptism. This was before John was thrown into prison. Well, a debate broke out between John's disciples and a certain Jew over ceremonial cleansing. So John's disciples came to him and said, Rabbi, the man you met on the other side of the Jordan River, the one you identified as the Messiah, he's also baptizing people. And everybody is going to him instead of coming to us. And I love how John replies. Listen, no one can receive anything unless God gives it from heaven. You yourselves know how I plainly told you, I am not the Messiah. I'm only here to prepare the way for him. It's the bridegroom who marries the bride. And the bridegroom's friend is simply glad to stand with him and hear his vows. Therefore, I am filled with joy at his success. He must become greater and greater, and I must become less and less. So how about it today? Live with that attitude.